Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from...
This is God Tony the Guru again.
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Clean.
An incarcerated individual at New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Welcome to Speaking Through the Bars podcast, where we bring inspiration to the listeners to find motivation within themselves to be great. Through our content, we breed, we prove, and betterment starts where you at now in life. This podcast is directed for the betterment of the youth. Anybody who deal with the youth, and anybody who have a message for the youth. This podcast is for the upliftment of incarcerated individuals, people who was formerly incarcerated, people who do work towards the recidivism rate, which is, stopping the number of people who come back to prison. This podcast is not only for incarcerated individuals, because when we say incarcerated, we don't just mean people put in prison physically. We mean mentally, too. Some people was in prison in bad relationships, bad jobs, bad homes, all different forms and fashions of imprisonment, incarceration, So this is for you, so you can hear the adversity that some of our speakers got past in order to get where they at. This podcast brings individuals, men and women, to this platform in order to share their adversity and their determination to get past their adversity in order to make it where they at now in life. Speaking through the bars, man, we glad y'all came here today. We have a guest today that's coming through. He started his career from within these walls. For all the women and men listening, welcome Champ to this show today, who started the GOAT magazine. We talking a viral edition on this show. The same magazine that Uncle Murda shouted out in his 2019 wrap-up song. The same magazine that had Doughboy on the cover, Casanova 2 times on the cover, Benny the Butcher on the cover, had the R.I.P. tribute to DMX on the cover, and the last one that just dropped had Rowdy Rebel on the cover, just to name a few that graced the cover of this magazine. We're glad that y'all tuned in and listened to his story, man. We can't wait for y'all to hear it. Welcome.
First of all, I want to thank y'all for putting me on this platform to share some words of wisdom and my experience with the brothers and sisters like that. My name is Champ. I'm the co-founder and director of marketing and advertising for GOAT magazine. It used to be called Gyro magazine. It's the number one magazine in all the places across the country. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, originally Red Hook, by way of Park Slope, Brooklyn, South Brooklyn. I grew up in a pretty stable household. You know what I mean? I was raised by my grandmother, no father around. The conventional story of a young black man coming up in New York City. I went to prison for running burglary rings. I did 4 state bids, unfortunately. Each bid was for something different, whether it was assault, running car theft rings, burglary rings, drugs. I did a lot, unfortunately. I'm 39 now, and it took me a long time to finally get it. This last bid I just did, I did 7 years in Fishkill Correctional in New York State. And I came home May of 2021, and now I've been just home running it up, man, making sure the magazine stay afloat.
Congratulations, Champ. We definitely see what you've been doing out there. Guys in here be going crazy for the Gyro magazine. We all excited about your magazine, and GOAT. Thank you for having you on the show, man. We appreciate you. Brooklyn boys in the building. You know what I'm saying? You inspired a lot of brothers in here. You know what I'm saying? It's like everyone knows you in the system. Everyone looks forward to the issue, new edition. It's the hardest magazine in the country right now.
No doubt. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. It's an honor. I just want to let everybody know while I'm on this platform that, the magazine used to be called Gyro magazine, then we switched it to GOAT magazine, and now we're about to switch the name again this new year to YKTV magazine. So I just want to let everybody know that.
That's That's right. Okay.
Can you repeat that for the listeners? What it's gonna be called?
YKTV, like the acronym, you know the vibes. But why it's going to be called YKTV Magazine. Starting the beginning of the year.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate that. Real quick, Mr. Clean, you want to begin with your questions, or you want me to begin?
Now, before what I was going to ask you is like, doing the bid when you first started off, what was like your mind frame all the way to you got the idea to do this magazine with your brother?
I had the mindset to come inside and do the right thing. Off the rip, I said, I'm going to come in, I'm going to go out every time, I'm going to go upstate and I'm going to get an education. That was my goal from when I was sitting at the Hatton House in the Tombs. So during the time I was in the Hatton House, I was fucking around a bit and doing the wrong thing. Just falling into the whole negative mindset of bidding. You know what I mean? And knowing that Sunday was something, this is my fourth time. So I got into the mindset phone situation, locking the house down, moving shit around, you know how that go. And once I got my time, I made the promise to my great-grandmother who passed away while I was incarcerated that I was going to get my education, I was going to do the right thing. So once I came upstate, after I got sentenced, once I went upstate, I automatically started looking for college to get into. And I was fortunate enough out of 100-plus men to get in the bar college and get my degree. I got my bachelor's degree in liberal arts, and that is what really changed my whole mindset and shifted everything from the behaviors that I previously had on every other bid. Now I see things differently. Now my perspective is more about others before myself.
So how did the magazine come? Hold on, before we go deep into the magazine, right? I see, the edition I got right now, I got the volume 12, the viral volume 12, the Rowdy Rebel one, right?
Okay.
And, in all y'all magazines, y'all always say if you have females, let y'all know. Well, I just noticed one thing, and the editor just you said the peace and love to my GOAT family. The wait is over. Behold, the new viral 12 magazine, just in time for the summer. It's always my mission to coordinate the most vital magazines possible to entertain all of my brothers behind the wall. The only thing I see with that is, we can't forget about our women behind the wall, too. We want to always make them feel included because they're important, because we know us as being men, females will hold us down while we're incarcerated quicker than the men will hold her down while she's incarcerated. So we want to just always, make them feel included.
No, absolutely, and I agree with you. And that's something that we'll definitely keep in mind for this new issue that's out right now, as far as the wording and making sure that both genders are involved, because it's not just men that's incarcerated. I appreciate that look. Thank you.
Nah, that's a fact, man. I do it because I respect what you do. But, go ahead, Panda Man, the guru, man.
My question was like, how did you and your brother, like, how did y'all come about, like, you know what, bro, like, yo, champ, I'm about to start this magazine, I need you, or how did y'all just sat down and talk about it? How did y'all discover this magazine? How did y'all even begin it?
Well, the idea came to me in late 2017. I was in Fishkill, and, there was a magazine floating around that I'm not going to name because they're not in business no more. And I was looking at the magazine, and I was like, yo, can I curse? Is that all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, these shits is dirt. Like, this magazine could be way better. I used to be a business owner prior to my bid, so I know how to, run a business, market, advertise, stuff like that. So I continue to look at the magazine and just write down little notes on the side in my free time about how the magazine could be better. So I talked to my brother, and I said, yo, listen, I got an idea, and I think it would be like life-changing not only for us, but for incarcerated individuals as well. So I started, and here's another thing. When I was inside, my girl used to send me a lot of photos from everything happening on Instagram and on the internet.
Right.
Like hundreds and hundreds of photos every month. of everything that was going on because I had just went in 2015. So I was up to date with what was happening, and I used to show them to everybody in the jail. And everybody would always say it would be dope if it was a magazine like this. And this was at the time when I was playing with the idea of making a magazine better than the one I was out. So
that's right.
I talked to my brother. I said, yo, this is what we should do, da-da-da. He flew out to New York, and he came to see me on a visit. I left him some of the trash issues that I had seen for him to take back, and I told him about the whole idea, and I had all types of ideas written down. And I said, this is how we could work it. And he was like, all right, I'm going to let you know, man. You know, I got a lot going on. I don't know, if it's going to be lucrative, this, that, and the third. I said, yo, it's not about being lucrative. It's about solving an issue. It's about filling a hole in the market for what brothers and sisters need locked down. That's what it's about. The money will come. So, fortunately, he got on board after a couple of months, and I came up with the name Gyro during the time I was in my room in Fishkill listening to Life After Death. And the song What's Beef by Biggie. And I was ruminating like, yo, damn, man, like we got to come up with a dope name. And I've always been good with acronyms. So Biggie said, I done smoked with the rest of them, shot at the best of them, probably was 100 or more, maybe less of them, got my rocks off. When he said it, I jumped out my bed, like I had an aha moment. And I wrote it on the paper, G-Y-R-O, get your rocks off. And that was the inception of the name. That's how it all started. And then after that, I told him the name, he created the business, and him being the great designer that he is, graphically and stuff like that, he took on it and it became a whole new wave, man. So that's how it started.
That's right. It became history from there.
And what's crazy is people don't know this story. So this is the first platform I'm sharing this story on. Only people that were with me at the time know the story.
Man, we appreciate that, man. Dropping out on this platform, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, what are the plans for 2022, champ?
Well, the plans for 2022 is to try to get us on the kiosk digitally. So we're working on moving from a paperback magazine and getting a digital PDF and videos of interviews and stuff on the kiosk. Now, as far as New York State is concerned, we will still make printed copies because it's XXX, you know what I'm saying? So that would still be in print, and then in certain other states, we'll still print physical copies, but overall, that's the mission for 2022.
That's right. We appreciate that. The whole state, the whole nation look forward to having it on the kiosk.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal if I can make this happen. I got some people that I got meetings with coming up in the next few weeks, so we're going to see how we can finagle it.
That's right.
And we are speaking through the bars, man. We rooting for that to happen, man, because nothing like seeing somebody, take their time and turn it into something that could possibly change the outcome of their life, man. Because it's hard to even do time, period, because there's so much idle time that you could just get into anything. But for you to just buckle down and get so focused, man, we salute you for that, man, because it takes a lot.
I appreciate that. Let me just say it like this. I don't want anybody to think that this shit is easy. This shit ain't easy because during my incarceration, once this shit really started popping, I got a lot of shit from the administration. I got a lot of haters that came at me. I had people, telling fibs about me and lying on my name and my reputation while I was inside just because they hated me and what I was doing and the fact that they couldn't, see the opportunity or see an opportunity in something to do it or have the capital to do. So I just want to say, anything you're trying to do, anything you're trying to start, brothers and sisters, be patient and disciplined and understand that hate won't come, but you got to stay focused.
That's right. Appreciate that, champ. I mean, there's a lot of brothers in here right now today in Green Correctional Facility that knows you, that respect you. Like, oh shit, they're gonna have champ on Speaking to the Boss podcast. Yo, tell him we saw what's up. Tell him we love him. Tell him I'm telling you what you got going on. Yeah, and the mess hall yesterday and today. everyone was going crazy because I work in a meth hall. So I see hundreds of people daily. And the brothers were super excited, like, yo, tell Chap I was in Fishkill with him, my name Mingo. So I'm like,
Mango. That's my, shout out to Mango.
He got like 12 days to come home. Yeah, he got like 12 days to come home. I'm happy for him.
No doubt. He was a great supporter of the brand at the beginning, too, so shout out to him.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right, no doubt.
Could we touch on the youth real quick, since, you know, Green is a pretty much youth facility, a bunch of young boys in here. Like, what do you and your brother got anything going on out there right now for like the youth? You know what I'm saying, or have done anything in the past for the youth since you've been out? I mean, you just got out. You haven't even really been home that long, but.
So what I've been able to do since I touched this, I've been doing speaking engagements at different facilities. And when I say facilities, I'm talking about like transitional facilities like Exodus, Phoenix House, Horizon, places like that. And I've gone there and I've spoken to the youth. You know, we give them magazines. We do Secret Santa stuff all year round. When it comes to these magazines, it's not just like during Christmas time where we just give stuff away. You know what I mean? I actually just did an interview with Julio Medina, and something that we did with the people they work with on Rikers Island, is we gave a bunch of magazines to the youth there in the full building because they was wild. And once they knew that them virals and all that stuff was coming in, it kind of quelled everything for about a solid week. You know what I mean? Like, dudes wasn't beefing with each other like that. They was just talking about what they seen, new information that they didn't know. You know, jobs, you know, they didn't know about certain jobs that took ex-felons that were their age. You know, it was a beautiful thing. I wasn't able to go physically myself, but I was told that it had a big impact.
That's right.
So that's what I've been able to do so far. But we're really thinking about doing some things for the youth in the tri-state area right now. I can't speak on it right now.
That's right.
All right, because one thing we can, no matter what we've been through, no matter what we go through, we always want to see the youth do better than us. So, what advice would you have to someone who's, the youth, who's misguided out there, or who just need to hit a spark that inside of them to help them go? What would you tell them right now if you see somebody who got the potential, but just,
There's so much that I would love to say that I would say to them, because I was that same person in Spofford and before building and Rikers Island. The main thing I would say is fucking listen. Shut the fuck up and listen. You don't have the answers. You don't know it all. You're still learning. You're going to make a million mistakes before you get it. I did 4 bids plus a juvenile bid before I got it. And I'm 39 years old. You understand? Because I didn't listen. That's always the key thing. Champ don't listen. Champ don't listen. And it's the same thing with our youth. They don't want to listen to people who've been what they've been through already, that have, because hindsight is 20/20. You don't get it until you go back and you've been through the shit already.
Right.
So the main thing I would tell them is to listen to people who are a shining example of what you may want to be or become, and that have been through some of the things that you've been through. I know it's hard for a lot of you to listen to people who ain't been through what they've been through. They look at them and they say, fuck out of here, I don't want to hear that shit. But people like us, right, who've been through the trenches and then we wound up doing something positive, even you guys in the position that you're in, it's something to admire. And they will aspire to do some of the same things and know that there's no limit. Right? So I would tell them to just listen to your OGs, man. Listen to the people that have been through the mud like you've been through the mud, and they're going to give you the best game and navigate you the right way to success.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
Right, so, Mr. Green, go ahead, real quick, because the brother told us in the beginning he didn't have much time. So,
it's this thing we always ask everybody before we leave, you know what I'm saying? What advice do you got for somebody in here that's coming home or somebody who was in here and already home? Like, what would you say to somebody who been home for a week or who coming home next week or some, somebody in that transition stage still?
I would tell them to come home and be patient. Be patient and exercise discipline. As long as you focus on the goal, if you have a goal that you wish to obtain while in prison, and you've been practicing and honing in on the skill of this goal, when you come home, then it's time to execute. And the execution is not going to be an easy process because you're learning still. Your senses are so heightened because you've been away for so long, or however long you've been away, that now it becomes a thing you have to adjust. You have to readjust your spirit to this environment. So I would say to be patient and practice discipline and focus on your mission. Everything is going to follow the way you need it to follow. Trust it. I promise you that.
Appreciate that, Chan. Great advice you gave to all the listeners. I'm sure most of the listeners that listen to our podcast have a loved one or friend that's incarcerated, and we will also spread the word in here, the advice that you gave to the young brothers in here. We appreciate you for giving us your time. I know you're going to have going on. And it's been real, man, from a Brooklyn night to another Brooklyn night. I love what you're doing. I love what you got going on. I'm looking forward to the next issue.
The issues are out now. Let it be known. Yeah, the next issues are out now. Volume 13 is out. We got an issue called How to Get the Bag, which is a business magazine. We have another magazine called Drip, which is a straight fashion magazine. Of course, we got the Pussy Books, the Foreplay magazines, and the I Love Girls. They're all out right now, volume 13.
Okay, I got to go get that tonight. How to Get the Bag, Drip, and then you said the Pussy Book, right?
Yeah, and Vital 13.
Vital. That's right. All right, we appreciate that, man. Mr. Clean, man, you want to close it out?
Yeah, man, we appreciate you, man. Any shout-outs where people could find you, anything like that you want to do before we go?
Of course, first I want to shout out Speaking Through the Bars, Taylor the Guru, and Mr. Clean. Thank you for allowing me on your platform to reach back in and speak to the brothers and sisters locked down. Shout out to my brother, Mr.Gyro, whole GOAT Magazine family, and everybody out there who supported the magazine since 2018 and beyond. We got a lot more heat coming for you. And shout out to all my Brooklynites, man. I love y'all and my family. Hey, yo, what's up, GOAT family? This your boy Champ from GOAT Magazine. If you're looking to purchase issues or you want to follow us on Instagram, the Instagram is at GOATMagViral, GOATMagViral. The website is www.goatmagazine.com so you can get all your new issues.
That's right. Thank you. You know that. That's a fact, man. Appreciate you, champ. Thank you for coming up to the bars.